Welcome back to another vlog, and this one is all about proofing the paperback copy of Take Back Your Book, An Author's Guide to Rights Reversion and Publishing on Your Terms. Wow, that's a mouthful. I received this copy from Amazon, as you can tell by the ugly stripe that says not for resale across the front and back, ruining my beautiful cover. And the reason I wanted to get a paperback proof is because I wanted to see it in person, to see how all of the pages lay out, and to see if I find any errors being in a different format. For most of my editing processes, I try to jump from one draft to the next in a different format, whether that's listening to the book or a different font or in a different program. So I wanted to do the same to proof my book, and I have already found one change that I want to make, and it was just during a flip through of the book. I have a few sample letters for rights reversion in here, and I'll show you. So in the ebook, it really looks fine. I have formatted this book in Vellum myself, and the ebook looks fine. I had actually adjusted the way this sample letter looks just so that it would look a certain way in the ebook, but I don't really like how it takes up just half the page, and I think in terms of letters it would be okay in a print book at least to have spaces in between each paragraph. So I've already updated that in Vellum. I happened to be in it today when I was creating some ARC copies and early copies for my patrons, so I wanted to be able to do that without forgetting. And I also have a little sticky note right here. This says writer sticky because sticking to a story idea is hard AF. So I put the print sample letter. I want to track things that I find in the book if I find anything that I want to change in formatting. But as I'm flipping through, it looks pretty good. So as I go through this vlog, I'm just going to be looking for typos, grammatical errors, if there's any weird spacing or anything that I want to update, because as I'm going through the self-publishing process, there is a section in here on self-publishing after you get your rights reverted back to you from a publisher, and I want to see if there's anything that I have experienced that I want to update in the book as well. This book has already been proofread though, so I'm not going to make too many changes, and I really hope there aren't a lot of changes, but if there's anything that I want to update the wording of or I want to update, I'm going to do that. I also wanted to note my tools for this process, which there's only two of them. I have some sticky tabs just so I can mark all of the places that I have issues so I don't miss it, and just a pen. This is an erasable pen. I believe it's Friction. It's my favorite brand of erasable pens because I love having the ability to use a pen, but I don't want to make a mistake and I don't want to mess up anything, so I like to use these whenever I can. So let's get started. I have this really annoying habit in my writing where I put echoes in my work, which means the same word or phrase in quick succession, usually within the next sentence. So I already found one of those on the first page, so I'm going to try to find another word to use in that instance, but that's okay. I'd rather see it in a different format and be able to change it before it bothers me after publication. Well, hello, good morning. You're getting fresh-faced me. What do you think? So this morning it's about 5:10 and I'm going to work on proofing my book this morning. I had different ideas for this morning, but I got through, let's see, I got through over 50 pages last night. I had some issues with the book, which is not a bad thing. It's nothing to do with the content itself. It's more of the reason that I got a paperback proof because I wanted to make sure that everything looked good and flowed nicely. There was one section where it ended up in the wrong spot, which I don't know how that happened. I haven't read the ebook proof yet, so that obviously was that issue, but I'm just glad that I got the paperback because there was an issue with the top titles, and it's only sometimes. So some of the chapters have like the chapter heading at the top here, where what I wanted, and most of the time it's the title of the book, and for some reason it put the chapter title only on some chapters, so I think that's just something in Vellum that maybe I'm not aware of. So there's quite a few changes, you know, but just very, very small things. My biggest worry about making sure this was in the best shape possible is that I'm only working in Vellum now. For me to take it out of Vellum and back into Word to do some sort of copy editing or something like that, or a grammar check, is going to be a problem. So I wanted to make sure that everything was done from Word, then into Vellum. Now I strictly work in Vellum for any changes. So I'm going to work on that this morning. I'm going to try to finish the book sometime this morning, and then maybe later if I have time tonight or tomorrow morning, I'm going to implement it all into Vellum. So as you just saw, I have been implementing my paperback proof changes that I wanted for my book, and it actually did not take that much time. From start to finish, it took about a day. I'm very happy with this process, and there were several errors that I had to fix. So most of it was me not understanding how to use Vellum, which is fine. When I was flipping through, there were a lot of blank pages on the left side in between chapters, like not like after a chapter, and that was really bothering me. I really hated the way that looked. So it was just a tweak within Vellum to fix that, and I did that. There were a few sentences that I just wanted structured a little differently, nothing crazy. The act of reading it took way longer than it was to fix it, so it was more just a matter of tweaking and sort of just learning this platform a little more than I did before. So I am going to re-upload that to Ingram. Currently I am having issues with Ingram Spark and them accepting the book to be able to give me a proof copy, but I'm going to go upload it, a revision on that website and also on Amazon, and I'm going to create my Kobo pre-order asset and re-upload to there as well, because they do have teams of people who read these books ahead of time, and I would really like to have as final of a copy as I can. I don't think I'm going to read this book again right now. I would really like to get a proof copy from Ingram first, and then maybe do one more read through before my final upload, but I do want to see how all of my changes look in paperback. I found that this process really gave me a great visual to be able to see, okay, you know, these certain aspects or alignment breaks or subheaders don't really work, so I have to adjust it within Vellum. So I hope you enjoyed going through this proofing process with me as my first time. I think it went pretty well, and I am so excited to move forward with the self-publishing process. And if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so you know the next time I upload, and I'll see you soon.